day, I'm Alex Herzog, and welcome to another episode of Along the River. I'm fortunate today to have with me Elyse Crossman. Elyse is the Executive Director of the Greater Claremont Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for coming in, Elyse. How are you today?
I am well, Alex. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you as well. And let's talk about what brought you to Claremont. How did you, of course, tell us a little bit more about your Claremont experience.
Yeah, sure thing. So I was born and raised here. So I went to a parochial school that doesn't exist anymore. And then I
St. Mary's?
Yes, St. Mary's. And then I graduated from Stevens High School. My parents have both lived here their whole lives for the most part. And then I went away to college. I went to High Point University in North Carolina and then came back, which is
what we want, right?
Yeah.
We want our students to go get a good education and then come back.
Exactly. So I guess I'm living proof of that, if you will. And that it was a great experience to leave. It gave me a whole different appreciation for what home was, being able to leave and come back.
Yeah, I think that's what it does for many young people that go and come back. So when you came back, were you looking? How did you fall into the Chamber of Commerce role?
So I came back. I graduated from college in 2010. Not exactly the best time for our country and job finding.
Sure.
And at the time, my mother had a small business. We redid what the small business's mission was, and we opened a country and primitive gift shop. And I ran that for about 3 years post-graduation. Had nothing to do with my degree in human relations that I received, but I guess somewhat it involved humans, so that fell into the right category. We then decided to close that store. I then worked in some other retail for a little while, and the chamber position was posted, and numerous people in my life said, "You need to apply for this position." And I said, "I don't even know what a chamber is." So I did a little research. I learned, that's kind of a cool organization. I want to be more involved in my community. That's part of the reason I came back here. I applied, they offered me the job, and here I am. It'll be 6 years in June.
So that's a great lead-in. Let's talk about the Greater Claremont Chamber of Commerce. And what is it? What do you do? And how does that help our community and businesses?
Absolutely. So our official mission is we enhance, promote, and support economic stability and growth in the communities that we serve.
Excellent.
Which I know some people look at that and say, well, what does that really mean? What do you really do? And basically it's twofold. We provide kind of a level of supports and services for individuals, such as if you need a plumber, you can call our office, we can refer you to one. Or if you are new to the area and looking for just a general welcome packet of what is there here, we provide those, as well as resources for folks visiting the area, such as tourist attractions and those types of things. And then the other more traditional piece that we do, I would say, is the resources that we provide for businesses. So that's business-to-business networking, business-to-business referrals, as well as helping businesses with the supports that they may need, whether that's referrals and connections with SBA or SBDC,
Excellent.
SCORE, those types of organizations is really about kind of connecting the dots for everyone.
And so how many members currently do you have?
We have about 140 at the moment.
Wow, great.
And so our kind of official coverage area, if you will, is beyond just Claremont. It includes Cornish, Leominster, Unity, Plainfield, and Charlestown is what we define as the greater area, but we have numerous members from Windsor, Vermont, as well as in the Lebanon, Hanover area, as well as Newport that are members of our chamber. So just because of where you're geographically located doesn't restrict what chambers you can belong to. It's where you wish to do business or are currently doing business.
And there's a board that goes with it. You have members on the board.
We do. We have a lovely board of directors who our capacity at the board level is 15, and they must be obviously members of the chamber. So we have a diversified board currently made up of manufacturing, education, retail, a number of different sectors, finance, that sit on our board.
Excellent. Now, I've heard before, there's always great events that come with this that the chamber puts on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the events you've
Absolutely. So in pre-COVID times, if you will, our major events consisted of sort of 3 large events for the year. We held our President's Awards, typically in January. That is, I can't say that I'm going to start to say that's my favorite event, but I'm going to say that about all 3 of them. So it's one of my favorites because it's really about the community.
Mhm.
And so what that event is we accept nominations from the community at large to recognize a citizen, business, nonprofit organization, young professional, and model youth that have done exemplary things in the year leading up to the award given. So, and there doesn't have to be any tie to the chamber. It is just strictly who's doing awesome stuff in our community. Let's recognize them. So those nominations are open now and through the end of April. If anybody's interested to nominate somebody that you feel fits into those categories, we can certainly will talk about where you can find that information. But that usually happens in January. In 2021, we're looking at June for that event to take place.
Excellent.
And then we have this will be, oh gosh, now I can't remember if it's 24 or 25 years, we've held the Fall Festival Chili Cook-Off as a partnered event with Claremont Parks and Recreation Committee.
Tech Center Culinary Department has competed in that a number of years as well. Yes.
So that was a tiny little event that started on Broad Street Park that has now grown exponentially and takes place at the Visitor Center on the first Saturday in October. And you have vendors, a 5K race, live entertainment, chili tasting, all kinds of exciting things. We have a few more tricks up our sleeve, if you will, planned for this year to be announced at a later date. But we're also excited because this year, that event will coincide with the Stevens High School Alumni Association's annual parade.
Oh, excellent.
It's going to take place the same day as our Fall Festival Chili Cook-Off, so it's going to be a really exciting day in Claremont that day.
It will be for you, because you're wearing two hats with that, aren't you?
I will. So that's pretty exciting. And then our other large event is our annual auction gala, which is a fun evening out, usually has a fun theme associated with it. We've done sort of a Roaring 20s in the past, most recently. And it is just a fun evening for people to enjoy entertainment and networking, but not in a businessy networking. It's just a socialization, fun evening out.
I had a chance to go one year. It was an excellent opportunity just to meet folks, but also do some dancing, have some fun. And I met some folks that I had met before, so it was a great experience.
Yeah. So those are our three big events.
Well, excellent. So your Chili Cook-Off is also going to coincide with the Stevens High School Alumni Parade.
Yes.
You're involved with that, to the Alumni Association,
I
aren't you?
am. I'm super passionate about the Alumni Association. We, some people know, some folks don't. Stevens High School Alumni Association is the oldest active alumni association in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty big deal, if you ask me. It's pretty big. And so I have been on and off involved with the Alumni Association since actually taking my chamber position. And I don't sit on their board of directors or anything along those lines. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but it's an aspiration one day. But they meet monthly, and it's a wonderful group of super dedicated volunteers that organize this parade. And at first you're thinking, how hard is it to put together a parade? You've got all these other people making floats and whatever, and it really is incredibly time consuming. It involves extensive work on the parade route, which this year the parade route is being extended because it is their 150th anniversary of the parade. So big things are happening there with that. And it's really just such a dedicated organization that I hope more alumni will start to get involved in.
And what's the date on that one again? That's being planned right now, right?
Yeah, so the Alumni Parade is October 2nd.
October 2nd, excellent. And that's a Chili Cook-Off as well.
Yes.
For the Chamber, so wonderful. So folks want to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce, become members. How do they do that?
You can find us on our website, greaterclaremontnh.org. We're also on Facebook at the same, Greater Claremont NH. And then you can also call us in that good old phone book, which is 603-543-1296.
Thanks, Elyse, for coming in. Well, let me ask you this one last question. I try to ask this of all my guests. What's your favorite part about being in Claremont?
My favorite part about Claremont is too hard to put into one thing. I love everything we have here. I cannot imagine living anywhere else. We have amazing natural resources. We have a fantastic sense of community. And we are small enough that we are connected, but large enough to get things done.
Gotta love it, right? That's a great way to put it. So, thanks, Elyse, for coming in and talking to us about the Greater Claremont Chamber of Commerce. We'll hope to see you at a couple of events. I'm Alex Herzog, and thanks for watching us one more time on Along the River.